for those that regularly play in this game, this adventure occurs a couple of months after wintertime, after your journey to Bard's Gate. It is the 10th of February of Erok. It is a windy night outside. It's a chilly 51 degrees Fahrenheit. You've traveled across the Isles, across the Isle of Albion to its west coast, because the person that hired you, Magnus, has told you that he heard a rumor of a wizard's tower guarded by the local guards of the town of Portown. Legend has it that 100 years ago, the sorcerer Zenopus built a tower in that place. But while the town tolerated him, perhaps because of the gold they had to offer for whatever he was doing in that tower, eventually there was a terrible explosion. And after the explosion ruined most of the tower, strange lights and even dancing humanoid figures could be seen in the ruined battlements at the tops of it. It drove away so much trade and terrorized the people so much that they had a catapult rolled in and they had the whole thing destroyed and shattered to where it was just stones crumbled next to the cemetery nearby. Anyone who has said to have gone underneath the tower to explore it has either only found crumbling stone pathways or has never come back at all. So, Magnus hopes to find what is left of Zenopus's works down beneath the tower. And you all have come here to do that. As I said, your horses are here. You don't have to worry about that. You have made it to the misty city of Portown. Now, for those that are in this campaign, something strange about Portown that you notice is it is a... well, there are things here that shouldn't be on the Isle of Albion. Trade that shouldn't have come so far up to the northwest coast. There are vessels that seem to travel from the north and come here, offering all sorts of strange goods. Alien and foreign peoples and goods trafficked into the place. It's a place full of crime as well. And, but you find an ostler to guard your horses, and you pay them well enough. You pay for a night at the inn. The mists from the waters crowd in around you. You can only see just a portion of a mile's distance. But you know that somewhere off near an island in the west part of town, it must be where the tower's ruins are. And you're currently at the Green Dragon Inn. The Green Dragon Inn is a 2-story, half-timbered, rugged seaport inn. All sorts of different people from different lands even. But at this time of night, there are 7 patrons here. Most of them secretive, keeping to themselves. You can see that as you come in, the door seems to have scuff marks on it, in particular. And the rooms here are small. You get your room for the night, you know. It's just wooden cots. It's very Spartan and small rooms. You will have to make this move at night, because the city officials do not want anyone to go into the ruins of the tower. Trying to do so in daytime would almost certainly gather notice. So the hope is to try to travel under darkness to get in there and evade whatever guards the place has. There are 2 people in here, Magnus, that are of note. One is clearly some foreign trader. He has people around him and seems to be playing a game with a group of people. He's got a large silver hoop earring, and otherwise is a ugly man covered in moles, and has like a big giant triangular like jowly face and an underbite. The other man you see in here that's strange is another person who's clearly a foreigner, and apparently rich. He wears a turban, and he is by himself, enjoying the food as best he can. The food is just plain roast cabbage and whitefish, overly salted. The stout is watered down. You do not have anybody here that you can hire tonight, so you don't have to worry about that.
Are we forever doomed to bad tavern food?
This place, it seems. Yeah, I guess so. We keep going to bad places.
I can't find ourselves here.
And anyways, I hand it over. I hand it over to you, Magnus. What do you do?
Well, I consult with my new fellows. How are you all feeling tonight?
Ready for adventure.
Yes, I agree. So is it nighttime? Is it time, like, if we were going to go tonight, we would go, like, nowish?
Mm-hmm. As soon as you're ready.
Okay. Does anyone need anything?
No, but Nop's gonna keep his, I'm thinking to keep my armor off until we get there. It can move a little faster. Or should I, keep it
Bjorn
on
just
in case?
nods and thumps his spear butt on the floor a few times. Goes back to drinking his ale.
I will take that as a maybe. Yes.
I think, well, I mean, it's not that far of a walk. Are you saying you just, in order to attract as little attention as possible, to not go clinking and clanking?
It is rather loud.
That may be for the best.
That may be for the best. Should we run into any brigands on the way, though? Well,
I do have my shield.
You're a great wizard. Surely you can put them to sleep, right?
I prefer to save such tricks for the dungeon.
That's fair.
What spell did you choose, Fairgoss?
I chose read magic.
Cool.
And just so everyone knows, I only have one iteration of sleep. I have sleep, charm person, and shield as my first level spells today. I feel like shield I should probably carry more often. As well as darkness 15-foot radius.
I've got detect magic, but then other than that, I'm just gonna hit things with a sling.
Okay, does anyone find traps at all?
Nay, I'm a warrior by trade.
And you mean the spell? I mean, I can step into traps if that's what you
I don't think we have any clerics that are high enough level for that.
Okay. Alright, just want to know what...
I can do detect snares and pits, but I suspect that only works outside.
I speak several strange languages.
Well...
It is useless inside buildings or in dungeons, it says.
Okay, well there couldn't be much clearer. Okay, good to know. Okay, I see no reason to hang about.
Very well.
Agreed.
So off we go.
So, you exit the Green Dragon Inn, having paid for your rooms, stabled your horses. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you've already paid for it. Already paid for your meals. Already paid for stabling your horses, and you know that it's somewhere on the west part of town. That the city extends over the water and a place somewhere there. But the mist has rolled in all around you. I will describe what you see nearby. You see the inn across from you. There is a large lodge here with all sorts of raucous drinking clearly going on. This is much larger than the inn. There are guards out front and even guards patrolling it. You can see where this is kind of higher up. You know, you've got this the berm where it meets the water, and then you see all sorts of old ramshackle tenements just piled on to one another.
Okay. Well, let us advance westward.
Okay.
We'll stay off the main paths as best we can.
How do you do that? Do you go in between the buildings?
Well, I mean, unless it's horribly inconvenient. I mean, it's possible that might attract more attention than just walking normally through the streets, at least until we get closer to the thing.
Okay. You travel in between the tenements, obviously, in darkened places, carefully as you can, till you come up to the street here. And, well, that's not how I want to do it. Like this. You begin to see where the riverfront cuts into the city and the bridge crosses over into the western part of the city. You also see the vacant town square. Seems to be an older part of the city, mostly in disuse. It's quiet here. Where do you go from here?
I mean, do we see is anyone else moving about? You know, are there patrols out, for example, this far or in this part of the town?
You sense that that main road did have some patrols on it. In trying to zig and zag through the tenements, it's taking longer, but it seems quiet and dark here so far.
Okay, well, we'll just make our way in a similar fashion towards the west. Is it likely to be across that bridge, perhaps, or no? No, so I think we make our way around, or
okay.
Is there any? Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Let's continue west and go around the north, edge of the river rather than crossing bridges.
You make it about this far into the main road where you're trying to get across the road quickly, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Fergus, you slam into someone bodily. He was leaned up against a corner of a building taking a piss in the night.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I help him try to help him back up.
Dirty merchant. And he turns around and this person is in armor. And he pushes you down onto the ground. He's clearly drunk.
Huh. I didn't mean any harm, pardon, sir.
He comes he stumbles over to you and grabs hold of your collar and starts to try to beat you.
Come now, friend. No need for that.
Yeah, he's distracted long enough. He turns around and then he comes up to Magnus and he pushes Magnus. He's like, "I don't need to be told what to do by you outsiders.
I'm gonna charm
Beyond
foreigners."
Charm person.
You charm person him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets a save.
Okay. He fails. You now have a second level fighter at your command. He's like, "Oh, wait a second. Oh," and he like pats your shoulder. Now he's drunk like a skunk. I mean, but he's like, "Oh, sorry about that. Yeah,
it's dangerous to walk these streets drunk.
I know you. Yeah.
Yes, my old friend. It's been so long.
Yeah. Wait, what was your name?
Comrade.
Magnus. And it's been so long that I'd forgotten yours as well. Can you remind me?
It's Phelan. Yeah, of course. That's
Phagan?
Phelan.
Phelan. Ah, yes, of course. How could I forget those times we had?
Well, what were we doing?
Oh,
We
you
were on the
remember
road for grand adventure.
the exciting times we had? In fact, I just come into town to find you. It's time to go on another.
Oh, good. Good. Let's go.
Yes, let's
Drunkard
go.
has
Lead us
joined the
if you
party.
could lead us to the tower.
Oh,
to
right.
the
Yeah.
tower, yes,
Yeah, we'll get inside of that thing. Sure.
absolutely.
Now, unfortunately,
Here,
he's
let's
really
get back
drunk, and he
Okay.
gets
I helped
he,
forgot that.
he gets pretty lost.
Oh,
but-
okay.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure it's here." And he like
Yeah.
starts pointing in the opposite direction, the way he came. And
Okay. How about this way? I think I'll let's go towards that larger bridge that's there. I guess I don't know. Let's check it out. Is it still quiet?
it does seem quiet. You can see off in the distance. It does look like people bearing torches as a patrol of guards crosses into the southern portion of the city. But from where you are, it looks like you might, hopefully at least, be able to dart across the bridge if you move quickly.
Okay. Let's give it a shot then, and I'll admonish my friend to be as quiet as he can.
You can tell that this is a marketplace. It's quiet tonight, but it is. I think it's overcast. However, probably the light winds pass the overcast skies to give you a glimpse of it. You could say that, Dave. Yeah.
Say that again. Sorry.
Dave was putting something in chat. You can just say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Just dropping little bits of flavor text in the chat.
All right, if you just want flavor, yeah. He says that while you all are trying to figure out what to do and watch the patrol in the south part of the city before you cross the bridge, Bjorn gazes at the moon as the clouds above very briefly reveal it. And then it passes again, and the skies are overcast. You make it across the bridge. Oh, and this place, the tenting here, this marketplace, it's strange. And you have strange smells that come out of this place that you've never smelled before. You can see all the buildings, the little piers and docks here where little boats and smaller ships make their way into this bay. And this is up higher, and these properties overlook the filthy, poor tenements down below.
Okay, I ask my friend again if he can find the
He's
tower
like,
from here.
Oh, tower. We gotta go past the fishmongers. That's where we gotta follow the smell. And in fact, it smells terrible. You can see where probably they work all the fish that they bring in.
All right, let's go up there then.
All right. And then your target is revealed as you see an island here. But so this is kind of like going uphill. This is actually higher up right here. Okay, so this is almost kind of like in the peak, and you can see the stubby remains of stone of what remains of what was once a grand tower, and a cemetery that is in a crescent shape all around it. Old headstones that many of them shattered, some of them tilted.
Okay, well, onwards.
Aye, onwards.
You go to the tower?
Yes,
Okay.
unless there's obviously guards between us and it.
All right. You don't seem to encounter any guards. As you get closer, you can hear an old man humming to himself, walking the graveyard, and carrying a lantern. This person is a what's it called? A dingleman. But he doesn't seem to notice you. And you find that there is a place. Let's see here. Where it descends down into the earth. It looks almost like a cave where the stones are shattered and moss covered and vine covered in places.
And that's the only entrance to anything that we see near us?
The apparent one to the tower, but you can also look around. Although you do have that guy on the other side.
Mommy.
Right. I think maybe since he's there, we'll head down. We'll head down in our get our marching order that we. And I'm going to. Okay. Yeah. No.
Shielding Clubber out.
Once we're in a good spot, I'll don my armor and. Do you want me to go in front, or should we figure out the marching order now, or just wait it?
Just let me offer you a default, and then why don't you modify it, Magnus? Okay, so fighters up front. That's what I have. Spellcaster with Druid in the center, Rex next to you. And then I'd have Friedkin and Fergus in the back, and you now have a fighter, which I can put behind Fergus. So it basically sandwiches all the magic users.
Yeah.
And Bjorn doesn't mind carrying the lantern. He'll just have to put it down when he wants to use his shield.
Yeah, I've got a lantern as well, so.
Yeah. I'll let's have you keep your shield on, and I'll carry a lantern.
All right.
Me and
Fergus
can carry. Here's my suggestion, actually, is Bjorn should stand in the back near that other fighter, and that me and Fergus should be like in a like either next to each other or one behind the other. I'd say one behind the other since we each have a lantern. But
yeah, that's a good point.
So,
I've got arrows, and if anybody wants to have a fighter behind me, I'm all for it.
I too have arrows, but I'm willing to go out in front.
I'm not.
Whoa, stop moving.
I was trying to go
tokens.
behind Father Chris.
Okay. Now everything. Okay. So wait, I'm confused. Maybe you can help describe it again.
So Bear and Nop in front, as you have them.
Mm-hmm.
Magnus behind them, with Rex next to him.
Yep.
Fergus behind Magnus.
Okay.
And then, no, Bjorn should be in the back with. Oh, Friedkin. Yeah, forgot about Friedkin. Friedkin should be like next to Fergus, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, any objections to that?
None.
That works.
I'm good.
And then I also think it would be good to. Friedkin, or you're a thief, right?
Yep.
Maybe you should just. What level?
Uno, so I can hear sounds, 50% chance, and everything else is like 20 or less. Unless you need
Hide
to
in
climb
shadows.
something. Oh, hide in shadows is whopping 10% success.
Like my dad, he
Right.
can hear 50% of noise too.
Okay, all right, just
Yeah.
checking. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll go with that.
I think I hear like 20%.
All right. As you make your way, you have to pull Vine away and kind of like duck under where the earth has actually bowed from the poor support that it held up the earth with. But you make it into a shattered corridor, and finally you begin to make it down into where the tower was not shattered and destroyed. As far as you can tell, old stone steps. It's about, it's 10 feet wide here, and there's a 60-foot long corridor with a door at the end. Halfway in between is an intersection leading north and south, By the way, when I say north, south, east, west, that's entirely relative. It means nothing. It doesn't mean it's literally map north. It just means you're right or left or whatever. But all right, what do you do, Magnus?
Description again? For the room?
Yeah, sure. This corridor from the stairs goes 60 feet to the east to west, from east to west. At the end of it is a door. It's 10 feet wide. It's 15 feet high. And then about halfway, 30 feet down the corridor, is a four-way intersection going north and south.
My first time in the dungeon. This is so exciting.
Settled. We will advance and look around these corners.
Okay. All right, you make it this far. And you can see from here that this extends about 60 feet to the north, this hallway. Down this hallway, you can see a door.
Are you using VTT?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you send me the link for that, please?
It's posted. It's pinned. And,
okay.
Mm-hmm. It's the same as. Well, anyways, it's pinned in Otherworld.
Okay, found it.
Yeah. So, and then you can see that there are other corridors somewhere down here at the end of this place. And then, anyways, to the south, it goes about 20 feet, and then there's a large stone double door.
And what's the door like to the west?
Let's see. These doors, this is also a large double stone door. With what looks like old rusty iron, reinforced iron.
Okay. My inclination is to explore the passage north and just get a sense of where we can go first without opening any doors. Any objections?
You're the caller.
That's
Objections.
that's Magnus in character. All right.
I'm gonna just kind of squeeze you all
Guidance.
together to do that. First thing that happens, you travel 20 feet and you can see that there's a door here to your right, to the east, and see a very narrow corridor. It looks like some kind of service path there, very narrow and not very tall, about 30 feet, onward to the west, and then another one at the very end of the corridor.
Okay. Dang it, Lane! I can't see your. I can't see your character's name.
Oh, Friedkin.
Friedkin. Would you mind having a look at this door?
Yeah, let's see. I'll put my ear to the door and see if I can hear anything on there. Let's see.
I'll roll that.
Okay, yeah. 3 out of 6. So.
Okay.
And what do you? Yeah. So when I say have a look at the door, I suppose I mean check for traps.
Yeah.
Listen at it.
For a moment, you only hear cavern sounds. Every once in a while, loosened dirt and sediment falling from walls. Perhaps a place where the wind can make its way in. But you listen at the door, and eventually you think you hear something on the other side of the door creak. Just, and then nothing else.
I was like, there's something creaking in it, but then it's silent, so I don't know if there's something in there. if so, maybe it hears us. I'm not sure. Let's try and whatever it is, to stop moving.
Okay. And all right, let's get our fighters in front of it and have it open.
We'll begin with range or melee.
I'll just move you guys in, but don't worry. If you enter combat, I note that you have that established order of march.
Okay.
Okay. So who opens the door? One of the fighters, obviously.
Nop will open this one. Do you
Okay.
want to kind of do me, you, me, you, me, you?
That sounds good to me.
We've
Beauty.
also got our friend we can rope in here.
Yeah, we could
Right.
get Fergus the drunk to open it up.
Alright.
It's not. What is it again?
Fergus isn't the drunk.
Phelan.
Phelan. Phelan. the drink.
Phelan.
Phelan, pardon me, Phelan.
He's starting to
Phelan,
sober
don't
up,
worry,
and
I
he's
know
like,
your name.
"Oh, I sure hope we find something worth being down here. The guild
No
will
doubt.
have my hide if they realize that I've betrayed them."
Oh yeah.
Ugh. He wipes
Oh, tell me-
the beer sweat off of his face, all the grime that's kind of building up from the heavy breathing going on.
Tell me more about this guild.
Bjorn keeps the flask on him and he offers him a nip off of it.
He takes it like eagerly, just to take the edge off a little bit. It kind of helps him, kind of come to a little bit. He's like, thank you, my friend. Yeah. The let's see, they are called the Ajax's mercenary guild here in town. They're just I've worked for them for a while, but I want better pay. I believe we'll find something down here.
That's why we're here. All right.
He opens the door, and don't worry. Again, I'm just moving you all in here. You can adjust your order of march if you need to. But I'll tell you, the room is 50 feet by 80 feet. All 4 of the walls have doors on them. It has it has some smashed long rectangular containers that you think you realize looking at this one that it has to be a coffin. And then as soon as you enter the room, all of a sudden you hear actually this is what you hear. And something pulls the debris off this container. And they start to pull themselves up out of it. What do you do, Magnus?
Roll initiative.
All right. Any spells? No
I don't have
spells.
anything useful for this.
No problem. All right.
Shield.
I cast sword.
You cast shield on yourself.
Yes.
All right. And then roll a d6, please. Okay. House wins. You all can act first. And if anybody, and also I forgot to mention this, procedural combat. Okay. So sometimes I'll exit the procedure. From now on, I'll try to announce that. I'll say, hey, I'm not doing the procedure, but I will cue you what to do. So just listen to me, all of you. Listen, so I'll say, if you're moving, move. If you're firing a missile, fire a missile. And you can just do it, all of you at once. You don't have to wait on me if I say that, right? But I'll cue you what to do. Okay. So the first thing is, if you are moving or firing a missile, do that now. And you can just roll if you're firing a missile.
Okay.
In this game, for those who haven't played Swords and Wizardry, if you fire into melee, when someone is in melee, there's a chance you'll hit them.
I will engage the nearest school in combat.
So, I have 3 darts, and I can do 3 at one turn. Do I roll 3 times?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And Lane, if you're using a short bow, you can fire twice.
Well, I will do that then.
Well,
Nope. And one of them might do some good.
I'm aiming at the one that's by itself.
Dead things. Second
there
shot
it is.
goes wide.
You have to hit a ascending armor class 14. So one of them hits there, John. And then the first one, which one are you shooting at? Bjorn.
Well, first, I think Bjorn would probably not be, like, in the front. But I'd be shooting...
Yeah, you can change it to wherever your order of march is. So if you're in the back,
Well,
that's fine.
In the order of march, he was in the back, so...
Yeah. Alright. And then, in that case, I would be slinging at this fine young ghoul right here.
Alright, let's see.
But only 1 damage, unfortunately.
Better than nothing.
Alright, and then, John, you got a 15 on 1 for 3. Which one? Okay. And then we got, who else? Friedkin.
I got the first one I would get would be the closest one when we entered, so I would have gone for that same one.
Okay.
To the left here.
Alright, and then movement, that's all the ranged stuff. Then they are going to move. This one's going to move this far. No missiles. And then if you're doing a melee attack, you can do that now. Miss. That misses. I'll roll for the NPC here.
Rex hits.
Oh, nice. Which one?
He's standing next to Nop, so that one that he's fighting, Nop's fighting, and he hits him for 6.
6 damage, alright. The dog leaps up and like chomps this thing in its midsection at the spine, and then does that thing, I don't know if you've ever seen like an attack dog do this, but uses its body to whip it in the air with its own body, and it snaps the thing apart and it goes flying across the room into bits. When its lower half slams against the pillar, it shatters. It seems the body was old.
Good dog.
Yes.
No, it's just like...
And then my hireling misses. It looks like that's it. Looks like that's all the melee attacks that hit.
Now my headcanon is every time the dog's something cool, his bark just sounds like Rex.
Exactly.
All right. Fails to hit Barf. Barf. And then this one's going to try to hit Phelan.
None of that matters. I would have declared parry.
13. Let's see here. Actually, oh yeah, that actually is a 13, 14 hits. And then he's going to see if he passes a save here. He fails. And you see, well, I'll also do his damage.
It's nice call, Lansky.
Takes 3 damage. And you see it like as soon as this, like part of his armor gets ripped off, and he turns around and looks at you all, and he just falls to the ground, and with his eyes and mouth open.
We shall avenge him.
Just don't get bit.
Is he dead?
You're not sure yet, but he's laying there. Yeah. All right. Let's see. That is their turn. So roll a d6. Oh wait, your spell. You can cast your spell.
Shield. It just goes off.
Right. That's right.
My AC is now 15.
All right. Roll a d6.
17 against missiles.
Okay. And I forgot to ask: are you all casting any spells this time?
No.
Okay. If you are moving... Oh, wait, no, I won. Okay. Let's see, it's going to climb over this, and it's going to attack Nop next. But it's just going to move. This one's in combat with, or in melee with Barf. So, alright, that's that. If you are moving or firing a missile, do that now. However, again, if you fire a missile and you miss, you'll hit your ally, so...
move and fire a missile on the same.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
One or I should say move or fire a missile. It can only be one
Gotcha.
or the other. Yeah.
Well, that's the like repositioning, so we're good.
All right.
I'm gonna
We can
move to
melee
get
still.
behind the guy if I can.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Backstab, hopefully.
Um.
I don't know how that'll work.
Yeah, I'll say
no
that you can do
surprise.
that. Oh, I forgot to look at it, but I think if you succeed, I think you get max damage. Is that backstab?
Plus
Backstab
4
is
to hit. And
and double damage, I believe.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, you got it. All right. So, anyways, that's moving and missiles, and then I won the initiative. They're gonna attack. This one's gonna try to attack Berf again.
I parry, so he's got to beat 17.
All right, he fails to do that. The next one's going to try to attack Nop, and he fails again. All right, so if you're doing a melee attack, you can do that now.
With pleasure.
Rex.
So we'll be at a +4, so that's a 15.
15 hits.
It's a row for Rex.
And if it's, do you do double damage, double the roll I got, or do I need to roll another die?
That's a good question. Let's just do double whatever your damage is.
That's good because I maxed it, so that's 12 damage then.
All right. Describe how you kill this thing.
So I dropped my bow that I had. I got a quiver of my belt. Drop the bow, draw my short sword, skirt around on it, see it attack my companion, and then I just shove it both hands into the spine, kind of at the lower back, and just start twisting and like thrashing around trying to sever the spine at the lower back. And I guess it's pretty dry and brittle, so I just really wedge it in there good and just kind of leverage like a lever to disconnect the spine.
Nice.
Oh, that was progress is thick.
Well, we're not doing so hot over on this side.
All
Time to roll again?
Yeah. Oof. All right. It's going to try to attack Nop. No, it's going to try to attack the dog. It hits. Make a save, please, for Rex. I think that fails for a
Probably. I have no
2-hit
idea
die.
what is. For 2 hit dice? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. He takes 5 damage. Rex takes 5 damage.
Okay.
And falls over. He makes a yelp noise, and then just falls over and stops moving.
Okay.
And Charles' turn. And if, by the way, if anybody wanted to move, you can move. I'm sorry, and I'm breaking up the procedure now because there's just one left. So you can, and if you're casting a spell, you can cast a spell.
I think I'll stay over here.
All right. Fred, can you also backstab this one because it's surrounded and in melee?
If you'd like to give it a shot.
Bear saw what happened to the dog, and he's like, nope.
All right.
Are we at the attack phase?
Yeah, you can go ahead and attack now. Anybody attacking can do
Okay.
that. Sorry.
That's another 15 for 12 damage again.
All right.
Is
I
it
got a
14 their
backstab.
AC?
Yep. And
And I hit it for 4.
all right, you all come over and just start hacking this thing apart, and then Friedkin runs over the butcher and just like starts just hacking it up. It's like meat, and it falls over and stops moving. And let's see here.
I'm gonna check on the downed ones.
Can you retrieve darts or?
This also creates a lot of noise. I am going to say that. So here's how I'm going to rule trying to obtain to get ammo. You can try, and I'll make it a percentage roll.
Okay.
If you do that, it is a round. It takes a round to search. That being said, everybody else could take that round to check doors and search the room and do other things. But
Yeah.
also to clarify another thing, if you announce something in the fiction, like I look at the door, that does not take a round. Or I go and I open the door, that doesn't take a round. But if you're just like, I search the room and you leave it to a mechanical check, that takes a round. This also makes noise. So let's see. All right, nice.
I want to check on Rex and Phelan.
I'll go looking your way through the dark set.
I'm gonna start searching through the
Hold-
coffins.
Hold
trying
on.
to get this one.
Hold on. Sorry, Magnus. Well, I'll respond Magnus first. Okay, so you go and you check the two people that fell into paralysis. They are alive. You can tell they're alive. You can see shallow breathing in the dog's mouth. You can even see his eyes moving around. Same thing with poor Phelan, as his eyes are moving around, horrified, and otherwise perfectly still and shallow breathing. He is alive. What's the plan for the group, Magnus?
Well, we need to.
Hey,
Let's
John,
listen-
I didn't say to roll, John. Let's
Okay.
figure out. Sorry, go ahead. What does the group do?
Let's listen at these doors that are here.
Okay. Yeah, who you just kind of peel off, have different people listen to different doors?
Well, I'd rather have Friedkin do it, if possible. I think he's got a better chance.
he can only, so for one round, he can only listen at one door. He can't listen at all three doors in a round.
Do you mean?
Door do the doors all look the same? Sorry.
Yeah, these doors, that's a good question. The doors here are an old, mildewed-looking, dry-rotted wood, but thick, and rusty iron banding with a big iron bevel on as a door, as a handle. And all of the doors that are this size look to be that. That seems to be how they're made.
Okay.
Bjorn's kind of taking care of the hireling there, as you can see, but he is happy to listen at the northern door if need be.
Yeah, let's all give it a shot. We'll spend. Is it? You said a round, but is it a turn?
Sorry, yes, a turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
We'll-
Okay.
we'll-
Ross, I think you rolled that one.
What's that?
If I'm
Oh,
listening
yes.
at the door.
Yeah. So we got a Knop, we got a Bjorn, we got a Friedkin. What about this door? That's Verf.
I might as well.
Okay.
Although afterwards, I'll definitely be searching through the coffins and on the bodies.
Okay. We'll resolve this round. Let's see. Fergus, you're looking for your darts.
Yeah.
You don't roll. Unless
Sorry.
unless I announce it. But you rolled, so I'll take that. You find a dart. And Magnus, what are you doing? And
I'm really just attending to Rex and seeing it, notice, like, looking closely for any change
okay.
over the course of the turn.
That doesn't take a turn to do. You can tell just by looking at them. They are alive. Something makes it to where they are unable to move.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying, like, I'm going to guess that I'm familiar, at least a little bit, with. Yeah, I what I'm seeing is how long is this thing going to last? I mean, it's. I guess I don't need to intently look at them the whole time, but I'll check, But I guess then, in that case, I'll spend the turn searching the coffins, or the one at least that I'm next to.
Okay. That will only take, that'll take the turn for the coffins. So let me resolve the coffins first, since it's in the room. You find in the coffins, there are many, sometimes indescribable odds and ends of these people. if they were people. But you find valuables. You find an old a bag, a coin purse, holes in it. It's rotted. There are bugs inside of it. But there's also 50 platinum pieces. And another person had been put in here, it seems, with 5 gems worth 10 gold pieces each. You find that in this one right here. So, find that in the coffins. There's nothing else of value or anything of interest that you find in the coffins except just the home of insects and decayed matter. So, I will roll for the listen checks.
Great first find.
Gareth, what are you, what is your, listen at door check? Is it 1 in 6 for a fighter?
I think so.
Alright, roll a d6, please.
Alright.
Nice.
5.
You don't hear anything, but suddenly the door, it slams open. But thankfully you're not surprised as this thing like slams open the door and just like comes out after you. You can roll another d6 to see if you can beat its initiative.
Alright.
I'm not going to follow the procedure yet. This is something happening to Barf. Alright, 6. You're able to act first. What do? You're not in melee.
Alright. You know what? He's a big, strong, manly fighter man. He's gonna attack.
You're going to stand there in the door and fight this thing.
Yes.
Very well. Well, you can attack then.
No.
Alright, it's going to hit you. Maybe, maybe not. Nice. It does not. Okay. It fails to hit you. You hear Barf like trying to club this thing in the door. Barf slams his club against the nearby stone. This place is dark and suffocating, right? And everything is covered in shadows. You're trying to like just beat this thing back in the door. By the way, it's dark back here. Okay, so back to the group now. Magnus, you hear all this going on. No one else hears anything at any of the doors. What do you do?
Roll initiative.
Very well. Roll a d6. No spells. All right, you all win.
Well, shield is still active.
Sure. Okay. All right, you got it.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. All right. If you're moving or firing a missile, if you fire a missile, you might hit Barf. So maybe not. And then also, Barf, you're holding the door, but you're now in melee. So it will have an opportunity attack if you back up.
Oh, I won't.
Okay.
If I do, actually, would moving this away count as backing up, or moving to the side, or?
Yeah, if you move out of melee, it will get an opportunity attack. So if you move, it'll get one.
Alright. The Mythmere will stay on his ground.
Very well. Is that all the movement? All right. In that case,
I was gonna move, but I didn't check the movement speed to foot ratio, whatever that would be.
Somebody has a spear. Well, you can attack from the second rank, Bjorn. I'm sorry. If you can use a spear, can a druid use a spear?
Pretty sure they can. I'm gonna take a look.
All right. Sorry, what were you saying, Steve?
So I was gonna move, but I didn't check the the movement speed to foot ratio. Like I know it says 9, but I don't know what that means
That's
for feet.
90 feet.
Well,
oh, okay.
No. It's the base movement rate 9 is in combat. That's 40 feet. Yeah, and then it goes 30, 20. Yeah, 40 feet. In other words, normal.
Okay, perfect. Then I can get up.
Sweet. Okay.
And druids can, in fact, use spears, yes.
Yeah, Bjorn, if you want to move to do that, you can. All right, and you can also attack Bjorn and Barf.
Great.
This is
Not a lot of luck tonight.
and misses. Okay, it's gonna try to attack Burf.
I parry.
All right, it misses. And
Good.
let's roll a couple of these just to kind of speed things along, unless you choose to disengage or take an opportunity attack. Roll 3d6, please, Magnus. All right, you guys win, and then it's me, and then it's you all. Okay, so I'm just going to, all right, go ahead and make your all's attacks. Misses, misses, misses.
Good
All
boy.
right. All right, and then I make an attack, and I miss. You all can make your attack. What's your armor class, Berf?
When I use my parry action, which I can use all the time unless it's an arrow attack, it's 17.
Okay. All right. And then I think you all can make another attack.
Okay.
This
So he
is-
might not be very good at hitting things. He's at least very good at not getting hit.
Okay, you all go
Sorry, I
ahead
have.
and make another attack.
I've got to
Sure.
back out for just a second. I'll be back
Okay.
as soon as I
Yeah,
can.
no problem.
Ah,
All right.
Louise.
All right, 3 more d6, Magnus. All right. Okay, so you all make 2 attacks, please.
Oh, finally, 3
Finally.
damage.
All right. And 4. Okay. You beat the thing to death in the doorway, and then Bjorn stands over from behind you and just like stabs it behind you to death.
Very good.
All right. You didn't manage to make anyone fall paralysis. However, 2 things happen. 30 minutes of dungeon time has passed, and that was a lot of noise.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen. What do you do next, Magnus?
Let's gosh. I think we'll try this south door.
All right, who's going to open it?
I
think
think
it's
it's
Let's Friedkin, can you check it for traps?
Traps.
Oh, he had to step away, right?
Oh,
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's
He can, but it will take another. Will take another turn. So
Okay.
Or like unless you got something specific that you want Nop to do,
round.
I think general he'll try to kind of keep watch on whatever entrances
Yes.
we've used. Do you want me to block anything? I've got
might be a
hammer
good
and
idea
spikes.
to block the top right entrance and the left entrance, just in case.
I can do that.
Ross, do our paralyzed companions here show any signs of rousing or no?
They do not seem to.
I'm gonna shut this door and spike it. Spike it
Which
shut.
door? Well, there's nothing in there, right?
Well, we don't have that.
Well, I
Do we?
Hold on
Oh, I
just a
don't know.
second. I'm not. I need to check something.
because I mean, I
round.
walked over. I don't see anything in there other than this little chamber.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Magnus. What's the plan?
Well, people are talking about spiking doors, but what is there anything actually in here? Does it go anywhere? Is it just a collapsed passageway or something?
Does Magnus go up and shine his lantern in the inside?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I'll move you up. Okay, yeah, you did. Okay. You come up and you take a look inside, and in fact, it does look like there's a tunnel here. It's very narrow, very cramped. You'd have to get down and kind of crawl through this tunnel. It leads off into the darkness, snaking away off into the dark.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I agree now with the spiking of that entrance, and let's also do the same for the entrance that we came in.
So, all right.
I'll
And
get
then
this one then.
I know this that I am beginning to think it would be good to well I'm tempted to try to rest here.
To wait until and see what happens.
Yeah, and also because I think I need to try some different spells. I know it's a risk. Maybe we try a couple more doors before we make the decision. But I'm just a little trepidatious now.
You're thinking
And
about
we should inter these ghouls the best we can.
I'm going to make sure I understand. You're not talking about sleeping here.
Oh, I think he just means how every hour or so we're supposed to rest.
No,
No,
no.
dungeon?
He's talking
No.
about getting different spells.
Oh.
I'm going to say you can't sleep. This place is horrifying. Trying to sleep here would be impossible.
Okay. All right. Well then, we shall try that south door.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand a couple of things. And Dave mentioned trying to do something with the bodies. And then you got Fergus, he spiked this door. And Nop spiked this door. And I assume, meanwhile, that's when you wanted Friedkin to check this door. Is that right?
Actually, wait. Maybe it's not that great an idea to spike that southwestern door. It's our way out.
Alright.
Right.
Not spiked.
I maybe we can close it, but I just feel maybe it's not a good idea to shut ourselves in if we have to get out in a hurry.
Okay.
We could just unspike it on our way out.
I don't know how long that's going to take if we're having to flee for our lives.
Especially the panic.
Generally speaking, I do rounds. Rounds if it's something like that, like you're pulling metal spikes out of a stone floor that has, thing, or you're checking a door. These are things that takes rounds, and in that round, other people can do other things, of course. Okay, so Friedkin is checking the door. Is that right? You want him to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. He searches around the door, feels around it. He says, I don't think there's anything. I think it's fine. Meanwhile, Bjorn, he was saying that he wanted to do something with the bodies.
Yeah, just inter them the best that he can. Like, even if it's just arranging them, like, along one of the walls or something.
It took a full round to spike the door and for Friedkin to check the next door. So if you just kind of pile all this junk up, and yeah, you can kind of pile them together. All right. What else is Magnus? Is anybody else doing anything else during this round?
No, I think. Well, I mean, I don't think so. Let's try the door.
All right. Who opens it?
I think it should be.
I'm
Barrett's
willing to take a turn.
Or yeah, I think it's supposed to be Barrett's turn.
All right. Open the door. This place is claustrophobic. This narrow kind of access way is stone. It's got more like cobblestone mixed in with the stone of the earth where it was cut out through the cavern wall. It's only about 5.5 feet tall and only about 6 feet wide or so. Your steps echo and your shadows cast all the way about halfway down it. This is, it's 30 feet long until it comes to another door.
What think you, fellows? Shall we get on our knees and inspect that hallway?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna just move Magnus, okay, just so you all can see what's going on here. And I'm gonna pan the camera. Interesting. Let me see. Let me make it so that everybody can see Magnus. There you go. Everybody should be able to see what Magnus can see now.
Also, that helps.
Yeah. Okay, so at the end of this is another door, so you all you have to kind of go single file. Now, don't worry, because I don't want to go through the entire order of march. You can let me know what it is if you need it later. But you come to the door, who's first, and what do you do at the door? Or do you just want to turn around and leave?
Let's have... Let's have Friedkin go and check the door, listen at it first.
Do you leave Rex and Phelan back here with the in the coffin?
You want me
I
to stay
mean-
back with them?
Bjorn's gonna keep an eye on him. He's gonna stay back with them.
For now, I mean, I don't think I... Let's just... I think Bjorn should be with us, especially if someone's going to open the door. Having a second rank is pretty important in a single file hallway.
I'll just watch on that.
Alright, as long as we got somebody watching, that will assuage Bjorn's conscience.
Yeah, so I'd like to have, like I said, I'd like...
Bjorn likes fighting behind Bear. Works good.
Yeah, I'd like Friedkin to listen at the door first.
All right. That will take a round.
Yeah. No change in the paralyzed ones.
No change. Friedkin says, he says, I don't hear anything. And Lane, just let me know if you're back. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, we will put Nop in front. And with Bjorn behind him. And as well as Barif behind Bjorn so that he can be the third one to rush in.
Aye.
All right. Nop, you find it incredibly difficult and Bjorn to squeeze past Friedkin. He's a portly man, but you make it work. You open the door. This is a small room, and I'm just gonna kind of pull everything in here. Yeah. Gosh darn it. There we go. Okay, so this room is it's 20 feet by 15 feet deep. There's another door on the other end that appears to be empty. And at this point, you have traveled your exploration distance, and an hour of dungeon time has passed. And I think this was...
Okay.
Let's see here.
Okay, let's go back through the narrow passage and rejoin Fergus.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. What do you do from there?
From there, let's...
Think there's enough of them, enough of us that we could carry them into each like safe chamber that we find, maybe.
yeah,
I'm willing at least to carry the dog.
So they wake up from paralysis.
yeah, it's definitely worth doing. I just want to, while they're still laying here, I'd like to just check out this other door.
That can all be
Yes, so-
one round. If you have everybody carry Phelan and Rex in, if that's the goal. So I'll just have that happen. And then,
Well,
is that... I'm sorry,
Okay.
you didn't want to... That's okay. What did you...
my intent was to check out to open that northern door first before we make any further decisions.
Okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you meant the southern door. So... All right, who checks the door? And
Well, we've already listened at it, even though it wasn't Friedkin that listened at it. With no result. So we will have Bear. I think it's his turn to open with the knob standing next to him.
All right, Barif, when you approach the door, you see this one that's just like all the others. It's this old,
Bjorn behind him. Yeah.
old wood, rusty iron banding with a big bevel. What do you do, Barif?
Alright. If it's already been listened at, then he shall open the door.
Take the bevel, and this one opens easier, not as loud. Oops, that's not what I want. And after you slowly pull open the door, you can see another narrow passageway that quickly doglegs only about 15 feet in to the north.
I'll convey this information to the others and offer to scout ahead.
I hand my lantern over to him.
All right, I'll just kind of do the same thing, actually. I'm going to make it to where everybody can see where Barif is going. So there you go, there's Barif, and I will also give you a lantern.
Bjorn doesn't mind going with them and being behind them with the spear.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. So you move into this corridor, and you find that it terminates at the end of the hallway. Looks like this was some sort of access way in the past, but it just terminates at the end of the hallway you saw before.
I will turn to Bjorn. It just loops around to the hallway we were in. We best return to the others.
Okay.
It would be great to scare our friends, but they might kill us on accident.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We have enough challenges as it is. Come on. And we'll return back to the room.
All right.
Okay. In that case, let's all trundle southwards again to that other room, and this time have Friedkin give a listen at that doorway.
Okay, I'll just put you all together here. Again, don't worry about the order of march. We can fix that later if we have to. I'll pan the camera. And Friedkin, and again, Lane, let me know if you're here. Friedkin checks the door. And interesting. When you say you want him to check the door, do you want him to check it for traps? Or do you want him to do like a halt where he listens at the door and everybody's quiet and see if he can hear anything?
First step is to listen, then
Okay.
check for traps.
That's 2 rounds. I can say somebody else does it.
We're willing to take 2 rounds.
I'm willing to take them too, especially since, I mean, honestly, like time passing's a pain. Shield spell's wearing out, but still, I also want to see how long these people are going to be paralyzed. So,
All right. They still seem to be paralyzed, in fact. But the first thing is you all just are quiet for a while, like a seal's halt. He's quiet, he's listening. And then he's like, wait. Listen some more. You know, this is while you all are doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but, you know, he's telling you all to be quiet now, and he's like, there's some scratching noises that's very echoey. It's like a and it's echoing.
some sort of beast in a large room. Okay.
And he checks the door after that, because
Yep.
he's like, I don't see anything wrong with this door.
Okay. Well, then I think... Whose turn is it now?
I opened the last one, so it might be Nop.
Upstairs.
Okay, and let's have Bjorn be behind them.
Okay.
Now that I know he's got the spear, I think that's got to be our new order of marches. Bjorn is in the second rank, maybe by
Oh, we
I
himself.
like it.
And
All
should
right.
I switch to the bow or keep to the club?
You can use
Well,
either.
you're in the first. Yeah, you'd be in the first rank with Nop.
Alright,
One
keep
day
to the
I'll be
bow.
a level 2 druid, then I can do some cool stuff.
All right.
Okay.
So, Nop, you open the door. Actually, let me do a
Opens the
quick
door
check here.
reluctantly because he doesn't like rats, and he's also afraid of. He has these memories of the tiny little baby creatures from
Yeah,
Dragonwood
the
that-
babies. Yeah, demon babies.
Horrible flashlight.
Push,
Yeah,
push,
it's like,
push.
You
oh no!
You're So you slowly open the door and you find another long, claustrophobic, narrow stone or stoned space in the cavern that's been cut out. It goes on for a long ways. This one goes on 45 feet into the dark, and then it doglegs to the right.
Okay, same order as before then. I guess Berf in front and Bjorn behind with, or no, not or Berf, whoever wants, I guess, flip a
This is
coin.
probably Nop's turn to be up front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Berf behind the Bjorn then, and Riken and Magnus.
All right.
Do you want me to stay with the?
Well, me. How about me and Fergus? We'll. What's your strength, Fergus?
Sorry, it's 8.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, we'll just hang back until we see what's going to happen in the hallway, and then we'll move our folks as we need.
Okay. So who's up front?
Nop is up front,
All
followed
right.
by Bjorn, and then Bear.
Bjorn and Berf. Now I'm not trying to carefully represent this. In fact, I'm just going to kind of move you ahead.
Yep.
And then you take your lantern back. Is that right, Magnus?
Sure.
Okay. All right. I'm just
It
trying
will-
to get. We
yeah.
we can move these later if you need to. Now, what do you do with Phelan and Rex?
Well, now we know there's no creatures in the hallway, so we'll tow them behind.
Yeah.
We'll tow them with us. Yeah.
Okay.
This got a rope.
Who's carrying them?
Well, that's why I was asking. I mean, I've got a strength of 14.
I have a strength of 13 if need be.
Yeah, so that means I think between the three of us, we can probably handle like two people carrying Phelan and myself carrying Rex, perhaps.
That will add a exploration turn. Is this weighs you down quite a bit, especially Phelan. You are all now with Phelan, like carrying Phelan. For that person carrying Phelan, you are at the base movement rate. I think it's, what does it say? It says gosh
3
dang it.
or
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Well, okay, that's not quite my intention. I guess I wanted to. I don't want to slow the. I wanted to get to a point where it's quote unquote safe. So let's wait until we open the door before we start lugging bodies around, I guess.
Okay. So what do you do with the bodies?
Fergus he's got a lantern. He can
yeah,
stay
I'll
in
stay
the
back
room.
with.
Fergus is staying back. By the way, just because this came up with your thief, if you're not a thief and you attack an opponent from behind while they're in melee, or in any other circumstance, you get a +2, even if you're not a thief.
Yeah.
Just to note that. It's always worth trying to do that. I'm trying to find the stupid movement rate stuff. Here we go. Okay. Base movement rate, 20 feet per turn. But,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you leave them back. Gotcha. With Fairgoss.
I'm gonna close the previous door.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you get to the door. Nop, you're up in front. What do you do?
Ready to open the door.
Very well.
Shall I open it?
Roll a d6.
We can do that. Ooh, 6. I hope that's a yay 6, not a ooh 6.
Yeah, you open the door, and at first you see bits of skeleton torn apart on the ground, and all of a sudden these things launch themselves from the stones and the bits of bones on the ground around you. And you hear skittering noises everywhere. Let me move this actually so I can do this quickly. And Nop, roll a d6.
Okay.
Nice.
He shouts, "Rats! What shall we do?"
Nice. All right, you are able to act first.
We shall charge in and smash them.
We fight.
Fight it is! Ha
To glory!
I'm declaring sleep.
Nice. Let's see. Oof. Okay. Okay. All right. So you all you declare your spell. So Magnus, you can't move. I think. No. Yeah, you can move. You can move and cast a spell. No, it takes the whole round. That's what we said. Yeah.
That's fine. I can see a couple of them, so.
All right. Interestingly, Magnus has the light, and no one else has one out. I will say.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah. These things skitter around in the dark and surround you.
Can I call to Fergus? It won't really. I mean, he could, but, whatever.
I don't know what I can do.
Not much, I guess.
You could try to call to Fergus.
Maybe not. Maybe we'll just not make a lot of noise.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, they are surrounded with darkness. So they move. Now you all can attack. You can attack anything that you can see.
But this spell. Okay.
And I think you can try to attack things you can't see in this game. I think it says that.
Spell go off first, though, right? Or no?
Yeah, that's right. Yours would go off first, yeah.
If they've got an AC of 15 or less, then I hit it.
All right. Yeah, and also Nop, yeah, you can... These are 2-hit die. Never mind.
These are 2-hit dice creatures?
Yeah, they're 2-hit die.
I just remembered I've got 4 attacks.
Alright, 6 of them are asleep.
13.
Wait. Oh yeah, I'm level 1 still. Oh well.
Ooh,
Or
that's
the-
a hit.
You killed one. And 2d6. 6 of them are asleep. And you hit one for 6. Oh no, Nop, you can only attack one.
Only once? Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
I
they're-
thought it was once per hit die. Okay. My bad.
Yeah. So the first one you got a 19 that hits. You can roll for damage.
That's if they're one-hit die creatures.
You killed one.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me just find my damage here. Where did you go? Oh, I haven't hit anything yet. That's why I don't have that. Sorry. Roll 1d8. There we go. Oh!
Nice.
Excellent hit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you all killed 3 of them as well. So
He's back.
it's suddenly quiet, and it smells horrible in here. Your brow is covered in grimy sweat. From all the sediment in the air and the stale, suffocating air of this place. You come in here, you can see these things flopped over on their bellies. These rats are huge. They're like, Labradors. They're like this big. And
Let's kill them all.
they're emaciated.
Yes.
They look very hungry. All right, so you go around, you stab them, kill them all.
Dispatch them, yeah. Large, hungry rats are some of the worst kind of large rats.
This takes another round. And so, in addition, there's a stone here, and amidst the stone are piles of bones. Among the bones, you can still make out what were clearly once human beings. Some of them hands and arms poking up from the stones, even some skulls that you see.
Let's bring our friends down in here. Will that take a long time now that we found the room, or is it...
Well, there's a tricky thing. You can either try to yell, which I'll say has a good chance of working, but will make a lot of noise, or you have to go and get them and come back, or somebody does,
Yeah, let's send a detachment to go get them and come back.
All right.
I offer.
Yeah, and I will I will do that. I will go with that as well. I'll leave my... No, I can't leave my lantern. I need it. Walk down the passageway. So,
Bjorn has a lantern and oil, don't worry.
okay,
I'll pass
great.
one as well, should we need.
Great. Okay,
Mine's
so
already lit.
I'll go with Bear. I know yours, but you're all the way up there. Yeah, so I'll
Okay.
go. Let's go up, collect Fergus and our friends, and come back down in here. And meanwhile, let's begin a search of this room.
All right, that all can happen at the same time. So you search the room, and you can clearly see where people have had their belongings here, whatever happened in this place, where they, and among the belongings you find in the masses of bones a gleaming silver dagger you reckon to be at least worth 50 gold pieces, in a sheath, and a bag also of 120 gold pieces, a big fat one. It looks like someone must have been here and been trying to get something out of this place before. And I think, let's see.
While we fetch the paralyzed, might I use the washroom real quick?
Yeah, totally.
Alright, we're back.
And
Bjorn petitions to take the dagger for himself.
you'll still get the XP, everybody will. But let's resolve that in chat after the session, but totally.
I mean, I have no problem as tonight's caller if you want to have it on your person. Should a silver weapon be called for?
Well, he
kind of-
had his silver sickle and it was lifted off him by brigands, so
Oh,
he'd like to have a silver blade to collect his herbs by moonlight.
okay.
Nice.
Well, if there's no objection, I don't really have a problem with that.
So these are the things you find in here. The great news is, while you search the area, now only one or two of you need to do that. So that leaves a few of you if anybody wants to check a door or wants to be on a lookout or anything like that.
Nope, we'll go on lookout down here.
Can start
I'll go on
listening at that
lookout.
door.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be on the lookout.
You can. You were up here during this. You were up.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. We're still there.
Yeah.
Bjorn would be searching. What was the other treasure that you mentioned in here, Ross?
A big fat bag. I mean, these are giant, big, heavy gold coins. So, like, somebody had found some stuff. 120 gold pieces.
Okay, cool.
And then a silver dagger in a sheath. There's bits of leather straps and armor and things, but they're all rotted and mostly destroyed. Nasty. Anyways, Friedkin, you said you checked this door?
Sounds like a plan to me.
How do you check the door? You come up to it. I'll describe the door. It just looks like this door looks like the same as all the others, and despite all of the debris in here, it looks perfectly intact.
Like more so than the rest of them, or just
It just looks like all the other doors. Despite it doesn't look like it has any
Okay.
damage to it or anything like that.
I guess I'd put my ear up to it and listen for anything on the other side.
You want to listen?
Yeah, we haven't lit. Sorry, I just got back
Yeah,
in,
no,
so
totally.
we haven't checked. Nope, we haven't listened at this door or anything yet, have we? So-
No, you haven't. Let's see. You listen at the door for the round, and you think, just briefly, man. I want to note, Friedkin is rocking it tonight on hearing things that are ahead. This is the third time, if I think. So you listen at the door, and you think you hear like a faint voice echoing off in the distance.
Ooh,
What sort of voice?
A human
there's
voice,
somebody-
like a person.
There's somebody this way. Maybe off in the distance, but I'll share that with everybody. We can
Okay,
resolve the other
so
stuff.
all that happens. Great news. The dog and the man wake up.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
That's the best
Thank
news I've
goodness
had.
you're right.
And
Yeah,
and
you're
when
heavy.
they come back, another exploration round is complete. I also have to pee, but it'll take me about 45 seconds. I will be right back, like real fast.
Do what you gotta.
Nop gives Phelan a good clasp on the shoulder. Welcome back. That was very strange.
Yes. And I will soothe my poor beleaguered Rex.
Who's
Down
your
to-
puppy?
Yeah,
Who's
down
your
to
puppy?
4 hit points. Okay, I need to take this dog out, and so, Steve, I'm going to bequeath to you calling powers for that. Hopefully, no more than like 5 minutes.
Nice.
I'll let them.
Who's going to take the castle?
Okay, be right back.
Unlimited power.
Yeah. Unlimited power. So we got the people door and we got this hallway. Should we do the people door? Or we could just wait it out. Probably just best to wait for everybody to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people, one person, and who knows what anything else counts as people that he's talking to, but, you know.
Yeah.
I hope
That's
it's
what I
doing
worry
something
about.
strange. Then maybe I can do something. I'm just
All
kidding.
right. I'm back. Okay, so Magnus, what's the plan from here?
He's gone to
The washroom?
the other dog out, yeah.
Okay.
He'll be back.
I'm electing the next. Let's see. It's going to be Fergus. Fergus, you're the caller currently, interim.
Oh, okay.
Now, key data points, right? Nop has been watching this hallway. Nop, you haven't heard anything, but this hallway stretches a long ways off into the dark. Friedkin heard the sound of voices, distant and echoing, somewhere beyond that door, and they were people.
You bequeath power to Steve.
But it's better
okay,
that you
I'll do
gave it to him because we were going to storm the castle, and that's much safer to not.
Yeah, they can't tell what they're saying.
If
think
they're
we'll try-
people,
I was
if
gonna
these
say.
guys,
Go ahead.
sorry, if these guys are people, perhaps we should have the thief sneak ahead a little bit first and see what kind of person they are.
I don't know about that.
Let's see. Does the door look like it's gonna make a bunch of noise if we open it?
You take a look at the door, you look at the hinges, they're very rusty.
Yeah.
Might be a squeak.
Let's
but,
check the south area first.
Also, might be a far away off. But yeah.
Now, I'm just going to move one token, okay? That this is just an abstraction of everybody. That doesn't mean that you know, that you all aren't moving. Where is the person with the lantern and the pile of stuff? Here we go, Magnus. Okay, so I'm just going to use Magnus to represent this for now. So, you all you travel. It takes this kind of access tunnel. It continues on for 60 feet into the dark until finally it doglegs, and you see the wall looks kind of. Whoops! The wall looks rough here. It just looks like it's.
Return.
Gotcha. I'd put Fergus as the caller for a second. They decided to go south. So at the end of this long tunnel, it turns to the right. There is a door here. This door, whoops. This door looks like all the other doors. I gotta put it in the right layer. It won't let me. Let me see if, nope, okay. Anyways, and then this stuff, it like I said, it looks kind of like brick, and then, you know, also is kind of in the dirt and stone of the natural geography of this place, of the cavern, right? Where it's been cut out and dug into. It just looks like it's been shored up in places, but it's just sort of mixed between stone and actual the cave itself. The natural cave here becomes very apparent along the south wall, and there are fractures along it in places. That is what you see. What do you do, Magnus?
I'm now.
You could toss it around a little bit too, like just one or two, you know, like be like, hey, what do you think? You know,
Yeah.
what is?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I was just gonna say, what do people think? I'm very curious about the western door in the rat room myself, due to the whole human voice part.
That's
I
all.
think you
Sorry.
first. Sorry.
So,
Go ahead.
sorry, what was? Okay, Steve, what do you think?
I'm okay with the western door, the people door.
Okay, everybody else cool?
Yes, but
Okay.
All right. I'm
and
going to
did
start
we-
just using Magnus as a kind of a abstraction of a token
Not
here,
this.
and then I'll.
Not that western door. The one to the west in the rat room.
Oh, okay. All right. The door's already been listened at, already been checked. Who opens it?
Whose turn is it? I think
I think it
it's.
might be my turn.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Barf, open this door. You see that it has a little tiny, like, alcove leading into another door on the other side.
Okay. I will very quietly step forward and see if I can. What is the next door like? Out of curiosity. Huh. I guess that answers it right there, doesn't it?
2 hours of dungeon time have passed.
My shield spell expires.
And you open this door. You see another square room with doors, on each side. In fact, I'll kind of move Magnus here just so you all can see it. The door to the north is open.
Actually, no. I have 10 minutes. I have a turn left because it took us a turn to get to the first fight, right?
Took how long? I'm sorry, I probably wouldn't know.
It
to be
was
honest.
a
We-
turn or two, yeah, because
We walked
Magnus decided would go northward. Well, what is north? We listened to and opened up the door, and we entered combat. And he cast spell in the first round.
Right. So, I'd like to get a ruling then, Ross. Is that cool with you?
Oh, what is it? I'm sorry.
My question is, did we take a turn or two before the first combat occurred when I cast shield?
Sure.
Was it one or two?
Are you asking whether or not you have another couple of turns for shield?
Shield lasts 2 hours, so I either have 10 or 20 minutes left on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say you have two more turns. That's
Okay.
fine. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah, you have a square room here. You see doors either end of the square room. At the north door, it's open. Leads into a narrow space into a very large room on the other end. You can see in your lantern light.
Any sign of movement at all? Any flickering?
When you come in here, no, you don't see any movement. When you, yeah.
Okay, I say we go through the North Passage because I think we should try to tie the map together. I'm not mapping physically myself, but my sense is that we will fill in some gaps. Steve, who else is mapping?
Right.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that. North Passage.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of move you all together then. But you can rearrange this if you need to, again. I think, is that everybody? All the tokens? Okay, I feel like I'm missing them. And then, so you enter into the North Passage, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You pass into it. You see a room with 4 pillars and 4 alcoves. And one large, heavy stone set of double doors on the other side. As you pass into the room a few feet, all of a sudden, the things in the stone pillars come alive. And they start to shamble out from around in the alcoves. You can roll for initiative, Magnus.
Can we reposition as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if it's not your order of march. Okay. You all can act first as well. And I should have said it, but if you're declaring a spell, you can do that.
I got nothing left to declare.
Gotcha. All right. If you're
Except for-
moving or firing a missile, you can do so now.
Firing missile.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
throw
going
a
to pan the
dart.
camera just so I can... There we go. All right. Your
Actually, no, I'm just gonna move.
armor class target. It's so funny how he wrote it. In fact, in this case, he didn't even say. I'll just have to look, but I.
Okay.
All right.
Let's not block that. Can we position Nop so that Rex can get near and get hits in there?
For sure.
These are 1-hit die monsters, by the way, for those that need to know that. And your target is armor class 12.
Hey.
Okay.
What about your friend?
Yeah, don't forget about. I don't have control over his token.
All right, he runs in to fight. He's loyal to you.
Well, I'd like him to fight the one closer to me then.
Looking.
The one that's southeast. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And then this one's gonna move. It sees. Oh, freaking! You moved. Okay. So he moves to here then.
Do we get to? Okay, so this is all right. Got it.
And then you all can you can all attack. Miss.
Is missiles happened already?
I didn't see anybody fire any missiles.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did.
I thought we had moved and then I was gonna.
I was before I moved. I fired a missile. I wasn't sure if that was repositioning in the initial, so I can still be where I was. I was going to fire a missile.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. And then also everybody go ahead and attack.
Yeah, okay. I got a 13 for 1 damage, unfortunately. So.
Which one were you? Probably
I was
this one.
gonna go for. I guess. I mean, if I could, I assume that at this point the missile would happen before the moving people reach their targets, right?
Yeah.
So I was gonna go ahead and just do the one in the left, try and soften them up for the.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fighters, so that they could hopefully then focus on somebody else soon.
Your dog. And you got 4 damage, and
What?
it's...
No, that was Magnus throwing a dart
Nice.
at the one in the upper right alcove.
Okay.
For 2 damage, because it's a D3.
Gotcha.
Rex has not attacked yet.
And then no one else attacking?
I moved, I think.
You can move and attack. You can do
I was going to
melee
throw a
attack.
dart. No, but missile. So I'm not.
Okay.
And Rex does 3 damage to the one Nop is fighting as well.
Okay, you did 3 damage to the... Okay, that one. And you did 1 damage with the dog. Okay. All right.
No, 3 damage with the dog. It's plus 2.
All right. And I should say, Roll20 is not my primary reference. So usually I'll cue you all. So I'll say, who does a missile attack? And then say, all right, I rolled a 20 and I did this. So just let me know, because I can't. I'm not going to watch I try to watch the chat because it's pretty fast. But okay.
On that guy, I think Bear landed a hit for 4 damage, and then Bjorn landed a hit for 3.
Okay. You kill it.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. It's their turn. Sadly, Phelan, you all have left him to his fate. He's by himself. Fortunately, they miss him. Phelan's able to hold them off. But Rex, 19 to hit, and I think they do a D8 damage. Rex takes 4 damage.
Oh.
I think he's still okay. I think he's got like 2 or 3 left, right? Are you tracking it?
He has 1 left.
All right. All right, roll a D6. Magnus. Got to beat a 6.
Well, I don't beat a 6.
All right. Let's see. 2 of them are going to attack Phelan. I'm skipping the procedure now. They're just going to attack since y'all are all in place. They miss. This one's going to try to attack Rex. It misses. And y'all can attack. And you can move. You can go ahead and move your token as well. You guys can go ahead and move and roll
I'm
to
gonna
hit.
get real brave.
Okay.
Okay.
When it comes to the dog, right?
Well, see, the problem is that I can't really get in there. I don't think to get a hit. It's the Rex and Nop are next to each
Yeah,
other.
I'm afraid to throw a dart if I'm gonna hit the dog.
But I think I could get a hit in
Steve-
on this one up here, maybe.
Steve, is that your sword is a +2 to hit, or is that?
The sword is a plus, or I've got a plus. Yeah, +2 to hit. So I've got the +1 for strength, and then I got a +1 sword.
And I also think you have a basic attack bonus at level 4 of plus, at least another +1, just so you know. It might be +2. Yeah, you actually get attack bonuses as you level.
I went to go help out our drunken friend here with Bjorn, but
I
I
don't
only
think there's
hit
really-
armor class 10, so.
All right.
No.
Terra,
He's already. Remember, if you're behind him, you can get a +2.
Yeah. Is it 12 to hit? Is that what we said? Decided?
It is a 12. Yes, 12 to hit.
Oh, you're not behind him. You're doing.
So
the second rank.
even with the backstab, I wouldn't be able to hit him. So it sucks. Oh well.
All right.
Yeah,
Roll
missed
a
as well.
D6 again,
Preserve
please.
my 5 hit points.
Good lord.
Oh no. Okay, this one's gonna. Oh no, Rex.
Oh, Rex.
Oh, Rex.
Why? Why did someone leave the dog? You
Why
should have
the
moved the dog. Why?
Rex, more like Rip.
No.
No.
Okay, he missed.
Oh,
Phelan. One of them hits.
lucky dog.
4 damage. Let's see.
If he can't disengage.
I mean, okay, yeah. I guess that's true. Okay. All right, y'all can attack.
Rex hits.
Nice.
Okay. Did I
Yes.
get a backstab?
For
Or
7
not.
damage.
That one, yes, you'll get a backstab on that one. 7
Okay, so
damage.
that's
Okay, you kill
14
it.
for 8 damage.
Missed by 1 with the spear, sadly.
Friedkin the Butcher lives up to his name as usual. As like you see this like chubby guy, right? And he looks pretty unremarkable, but in these situations he just turns into an utter madman and just starts hacking away at things. And hacks this thing apart and then just keeps hacking it. There's just bones now in this room, other than yourself, as far as you know. There is you can clearly see from here, because it's a barren, large room, open stone floors. Kind of kick the straw around in places, cobwebs. There's nothing of value in this room.
Not even the gear that the skeletons were, if anything.
Unless you want like a 2/3 length of an old, jagged, heavy iron blade that'll probably give you tetanus and break off your hand.
Now, I seem to remember a big stone double door at
Yes.
the bottom of another passageway. I think this should link up to that. Let's try it.
Okay, who opens it?
Well,
Do we want to take some time to check for traps
let's
on
check.
it?
Yeah, let's take the time.
Okay. You, I assume that's Friedkin who's checking it, checking around the door. Friedkin,
Yeah.
you check around the door everywhere. It's this big, huge, double stone door, and it's got a latch that the 2 stone doors connect with. You can even see kind of just slightly in between them. You don't see any other mechanisms other than the latch. And you look around, and then it's flush with the door other than the hinges. The hinges are heavy iron ones. It will be loud when you open it. That's one thing you learn.
I will share that with the group. It's gonna make some noise, but as far as I can tell, nothing that'll explode or, I mean, no promises, but
Okay. Is someone Nop, are you keeping a map?
Yeah, I've got a map so far.
Does that seem right? Do these double doors correspond to the ones that we saw before?
Yeah, this should be the ones to the south of the hall that we entered in.
Okay. In that case, let's leave them shut for now. There's nothing to discover there, really. So let's go back out the South Passage.
I'm just going to put you all together so I can move you just as one. Again, don't worry about the order of march right now. But you said South Passage.
Yep.
And then from here, where do you go?
And then, have these doors been listened at yet? I don't think so.
Nope.
Yeah. Let's listen at the western door.
Okay. Is that Friedkin that you have do that?
Always.
Okay. Friedkin, you hear nothing on the western door. You can also have somebody listen at the south door. It's around, you know, that you're gonna occupy, so you can have people do other things.
Yeah. Just don't know if it's as trustworthy.
Who do you have do it? Bjorn?
Yeah, I guess.
Bjorn, you listen at the door. You hear people arguing.
Language are they speaking?
Common. They're speaking Oldish.
Can I get the gist of what they're arguing about?
Yes. He says, Melos, I should have never brought you into my thrall, you moron, you idiot. Someone is already here, there's criminals. This place is a cesspool. How can I conduct my research? And then the other person's like, yes, master. Yes, you're quite the idiot, aren't you, Melon? Yes, you are, you fool. Or Melos. And it's just somebody berating someone, and that person is just completely taking it.
Okay. Fergus, what are your spells?
Read magic.
Okay.
Just what I have with me.
Yep. Okay. All right. My gut is to kick this door in and surprise whoever's in there, and sounds like someone malevolent to me.
So we charge the man with the robe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
Whoever's doing experiments.
Who kicks the door open?
Who's the strongest?
That would be... Nop's got a 15.
All right. Is that? I assume that's best. There.
All right.
I need a 1 or a 2.
I'm going to move you all together. You can change your order of march later, but I see this as being outside of the procedure because what I'm hearing you say, tell me if I'm wrong, you're kicking the door open and then you're rushing in right away. Is that right?
Hold on. Does it open inward or outward?
You think you could kick it in, to be clear. Yeah, it opens inward.
Okay, how about how quiet could you be, Fergus, to like open the latch to where all we have to do is kick it instead of having to kick it past the latch? You know what I'm saying?
You want me to do it?
Because what I'm saying is I want to try to gain surprise, but I don't want to have to rely on, not to get too mechanical about it, but I mean, it's obviously easier to kick a door open that's not latched. If there's a way we can lift the latch, I assume it's latched from the other side if it is latched. Is there a way to
You can do it. Don't worry. You don't have to be too specific. Yes, so somebody can quietly open the latch, and then you can storm in if that's the goal. Yes, you can.
That is the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
You do that, but unfortunately, your plan is foiled because there's a hallway, and so you do not gain surprise, but you are also not surprised. So, not all is lost. However, you'll have to roll for initiative now.
Well, that's a smile out of a nightmare.
Yes, yes.
You're
yes.
able to act first.
Oh yeah.
All right. If you're casting a spell, go ahead and declare
Yeah.
it. Otherwise, you can...
Mm-hmm. Darkness, 15-foot radius.
Oh,
Ooh.
where?
Centered right on that dude in the bottom left. I assume that's the guy with the experiments or whatever.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that whoever the big brute is probably Molas and the other guy is not that guy.
All right. Yeah. So you can fire a missile if you're doing that. Roll to hit. You know.
I would like to throw a dart. Yep.
Yeah, you can do that. If you're moving, you can do that. If you're attacking after a move with a melee attack, you can do that. And then we'll get to the darkness would come after the melee attacks. This person is going to, as part of the movement phase, he's going to move back to his master.
I'm throwing the dart with the master, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like we got
Yeah, I am
two
too.
short bows and a dart and a sling that misses.
Does a 12 hit the guy?
A 12.
Bottom left guy?
Man. Yes. Anyways. Interesting.
For 1 damage.
Okay.
I got 3 damage.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Like freaking hit as well, right?
Yep, freaking hit with 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
Oh, 8 damage total. from that guy.
Arrow.
All right. Anything else? Nope. Okay. And then you cast your spell. Now something. This guy is going to attack Nop. A couple of things happen. That can happen after the spell. Now it's at a -4 anyways. He flails in the dark. Okay. And then, so this area is dark. I'm going to just do it this way.
15-foot radius. That's centered on that guy, so...
So I'm just going to kind of like do this. What? Oh, somebody has a torch, I think.
Oh,
I've got a... well, yeah.
What is it that's casting that light to where...
Oh, there's a fire
The enemy?
symbol right there.
Oh yeah, there is a fire symbol.
I don't see it.
oh,
It's on the desk.
Oh, well, it still shouldn't cast light over there, but I don't know, whatever. Anyways, yeah, you can't see past that line. So, he flails in the dark against Nop, and then you hear this guy cursing in some awful tongue, and you hear keys jangling, and then he runs through a doorway. Now, the good news is he gets on the other side, and you hear keys jangling. Dun, 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 dun. He's like, and then you just hear something close, and then footsteps.
He gets away. Follow,
No.
follow.
Let's see how far he can get.
He might have magic.
Okay, he makes it about that far. All right, so that's the first round. Round, sorry. And then roll a d6 Magnus. All right, yeah, you are able to act first.
Would it be possible to drop the bow, grab the club, and charge forward?
Yeah, you can do all that.
All right.
You attack at -4 in the darkness. You miss.
Sorry.
I don't think we did do melee, did we?
Yeah, that's actually the top of the round is Magnus. What's the plan? What's the group doing?
Well, we gotta pursue that guy.
Okay, so how are you going to do that? Are you going to just like run past this person,
Well,
have somebody fight him, or are you going to fight this person?
I mean, at this point, the darkness has backfired because I didn't know he had a door right next to him. So in any case, I'm going to dispel that.
Okay, you dispel it. Bam! Dispel the darkness.
how about you rat? Ugh.
I think that's going to take... well, no, you can do it at will. I'll say. So you do it at will. So, okay.
If he
What's-
does it at will, would that still mean he has the -4, or does it matter?
Well, I'll get to that, but for the group, Magnus, what's the plan? Fight the guy,
Plan
have
is-
one person fight the guy, try to run past. What's the plan?
I say since Nop was already engaged, have him stick there, and maybe Friedkin can backstab and Berf can run after. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too specific, but yeah.
No,
we need
no, tell me. Yeah.
we need to pursue that guy. So I say
Okay.
Friedkin, backstabby, and everybody else, if they can, get past and.
Okay, so yes, if that's the case, then you move and you can do melee, and Nop and Friedkin, you can do an attack. Friedkin, you can take a backstab. Now, Barf, you come to this door. It's cleverly concealed behind something concealing the wall, but you find a false wall here, and you see the mechanism. It looks like you could act as a handle.
All right, I'll open that up.
All right, you open the door. Let's see here. So you make it. What is that? 20 feet ish, 15 feet, whatever. And then you're running past, right? So, whoops. What's your movement speed? Your movement rate?
4 squares.
4 squares, 40 feet. So you can go another 25. So you can make it about halfway down this hallway.
All right.
And I'm just going to move
have I caught up with
Magnus so
him?
you can see. You do not see him. Yeah, and I'm going to pan the camera over here about halfway. You see a circular room ahead with a staircase.
Is the base movement rate 12 or?
For who?
Without armor.
Yeah, I don't know if you. Okay.
Oh, yeah, for Fergus? Yeah, it should be. You should be able to do whatever
Never mind.
base movement rate 12 is. Combat underground at 1,220 feet. Really? Yeah, 120 feet per round.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Thieves are badass, man.
Okay, I think I have the math wrong. I'm thinking of BX again. I'm getting it mixed up. So you can actually go... what's your base movement rate again? 9? Oh, wait.
Hammer
No,
or
it's combat base movement rate times 10 feet. Yeah, so if you're the 1, 2... Let's see. 2, 3... Yeah, what is your base movement rate? Barf.
Tanner or
Tanner, yeah.
Yeah.
Barf.
Base movement rate is 4 squares.
I don't know what that is. It's on page.
the sheet does not display it correctly.
One sec.
Yeah, because I think that's.
4 squares.
I'm just going to make a decision. You can go 90 feet per round because you're probably base movement rate 9. So in fact,
right.
you can catch up. That's why it matters.
Thank you very much.
So you do catch up to him. What do you do?
I give him a good old smack upside the head.
You can do that. Yes,
Get
it is
back
on
here,
page 32.
foul magician! Yeah! I just hit 12 for 2.
Bam! You hit him. He yells. Actually, that kills him.
Oh wow!
nice.
Good job, Barf.
Yes.
Meanwhile, let's resolve this stuff going on over here with this guy. He mindlessly just starts attacking Nop. Nop, and let's see, you got
Freaking swam from behind. But
Magnus would not have been standing next to him, just to make
Yeah.
perfectly clear.
I know I probably shouldn't have either.
freaking
Well,
ran
no, I
into
mean,
stab.
I think Ross moved Magnus's token so that the lantern could shine down the hall, but
Right.
Just wanted to be perfectly clear.
you clearly see Magnus that he dropped something in the hall as he was fleeing. Also, anyways, Friedkin and Fergus, what are your?
If I got a backstab, then 11, so only 11 to hit.
Okay, that does not hit.
I didn't think so.
My attack? No, I did not hit. It was 10.
for Friedkin and Fergus. Sorry, yeah, Nop.
Fergus, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Nop.
Mad
Nop.
man.
What did you get, Nop?
Oh,
Hello.
22 with
Got 2 damage.
2 damage.
Hey, you know
I'm
what?
probably gonna die, but it's okay.
All right. This guy, like, there's something crazy, a crazy look in his eye, and he's not backing down. Now, you all can just surround him and roll all of your attacks. He's attacking Nop.
Okay, 1 hit.
Yeah, I don't know.
One attack.
All right,
Okay,
he
let's
misses Nop.
Let's get
Like, roll like 3 times so we can...
Phelan in the mix. How's Phelan doing on hit points, by the way? Like, does he look really messed up, or?
Good point. No, he's fine. He gets a nat 20. He
Okay,
hits. And he, between that and Fergus, who you're like, what are you even doing, Fergus? And he's like, I don't know. And then you hit him over the head, and then he just falls down dead.
Yeah, like,
So,
Speaking of, I'm gonna drag the guy's body back to the group.
Look what I found.
well, one thing at a time
Yeah.
here. Let's start over here. So, Magnus, you're in this room. What do you do, Magnus?
Well, first let me go see what he dropped.
He dropped what is clearly a container for a scroll.
Okay, let me. You know what? I'll tuck that away for now.
I'd like to have Bjorn cast Detect Magic and scope out, his little lair here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
We will engage on a search of this room. A couple of us.
all right. We'll just
And
take
I would like Friedkin to listen at the door to the south, if possible.
Okay. Friedkin, what do you do? Alright, let's see here.
And
Listening at the door again.
Magnus will certainly go and help. Well, I don't know if you need help, Berf, but I'm very interested in whatever that man had on his person.
Well, his thought is
Yes.
to drag the corpse over to the group, so he should be there pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay. John, what were you saying?
I'm gonna look at that desk.
Okay. Yeah, you look in the desk. I'm just checking. And interestingly, there's nothing really significant in this room when you search through stuff. It just looks like first of all, there's nothing magical other than the scroll and the spell books that you detect.
Spell books.
Yeah, that is to say, your all stuff, the stuff that you all use, it gives a sense of something magical to Bjorn. But,
I see books in that. Is that just, are they for show, or are they not very interesting?
Well, what it looks like to you is it looks like this area hasn't been set up yet. Like, it looks like he was working on something. But this is not where he had been conducting his labor. Instead, let's see here. So you check the bodies, yes, and I'll go ahead and drag you back. So this is all happening. You drag the person's body back, right? And on the kind of the armored meathead, you find a very fine sword on this person. Has a gleam to it. His chainmail is still intact, and it looks like this person was not acting like whoever he must have actually been. He must have been under the thrall of this person, because he has a jeweled belt, a big, like you'd think like a wrestler's belt, but just to be ostentatious, it's covered in jewels and rubies. You think this is probably worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
Between this and the platinum and the gems, we're in the money.
Does it have like a crest on it? I mean, is it? In other words, if we try to sell this in town here, will we be immediately arrested, or?
Right. No, it doesn't look like that. Yeah, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
just
Unless
just a
someone-
fancy belt.
And
Unless someone else really needs chainmail and a sword, shall I start looting the body and
well-
donning them?
we're running out of time soon, so I'll just kind of announce what you see here. We don't have any time left to explore. There's a couple of things else that you see. We'll divvy some stuff up in chat after the fact. But you when you check the body of the what's clearly a wizard, sadly, he it looks like he dropped the one thing of value he had on him other than his robes at the time. But it's clear to you that he was working on something down here.
Oh, I so want to go down that hallway. Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is working on something down here. That scroll, I think one of you has read magic.
I certainly do.
I do. I
well-
have it equipped.
It's not memorized right now.
Fairgoss can look at this and cast that right now and know.
I
Yes.
will.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I do that.
This is a scroll of levitation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, you are all exhausted. And sadly, you have to sneak your way back out. In the night to make it back to the Green Dragon Inn. Just good, normal citizens out for a walk at night. Definitely not Tomb Raiders. And you make it
great
back
disc.
with your with your bounty, the things that you find, and make it back alive. And that's the end of the adventure tonight.